Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Carrolet Thomas, and welcome to my channel. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Today's message is remembering Spencer Leak Jr. and the importance of passing the torch. This is a prophetic word from God. The burden of this true story was weighing on me, so I knew that I had to tell it on my channel. For me, it all began on May 31st, 2026, just a few minutes past noon, with the post of a Facebook friend that I do not know personally. The post in my news feed read, "I'm in complete shock." Immediately, I knew that something had happened and it was not good. This Facebook friend lives in Chicago, and I do not. But I began to read the comments, and I saw a name that I had never heard of before, Spencer Leak Jr. Whether it was the same day or the next, I don't remember, but I began to see what was being talked about. On May 29th, 2026, Spencer Lee Jr. posted a photo of himself on Facebook in a healthcare center with what looked like an IV needle in his arm. And his quote was, "Y'all done wore the funeral director out." I discovered that Spencer Lee Jr. was the vice president of Leak and Sons Funeral Homes located in Chicago. Many had expressed well wishes and encouraged him to take care of himself in the comments. And 2 days later, he passed away suddenly. He was 56 years old. For me, this was a painful deja vu, as both my mother and my father died suddenly, 16 years apart. So I know how it feels. There is shock, disbelief, overwhelming grief, uncertainty, upheaval, heartbreak, etc. Because of my own experiences and my being an empath, I was mentally and emotionally drawn to this loss. I began to explore information that was unknown to me until now, and I discovered that Leak and Sons Funeral Homes is owned and operated by the Leak family, a multi-generational institution in Chicago. Spencer Leak Sr. took over leadership of the business after the founder's passing. Spencer Leak Jr. had recently led and planned the funeral of Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr., and his son Spencer Trey Leak III, a recent college graduate, had recently joined the family business, ensuring the historic firm remains Black owned and locally operated rather than being sold to corporate conglomerates. On May 26, 2026, Spencer Leak Jr. announced to Leak and Sons Funeral Homes during a morning meeting that his son, Spencer Trey Leak III, age 22, was their newly hired employee and expressed how proud he was of him and his expectations for him being successful as part of his family's legacy. Everyone welcomed Trey, and Trey assured his father that he would make his great grandfather, his grandfather, and his father proud, that he would not let them down. Basically, in word and in deed, in spirit and in truth, Leak Jr. was passing the torch to his son Trey, as Trey would now be the fourth generation to become a working member of his family's funeral business and legacy. And I am sure both had the happy expectation of having many years working and serving their community together. 5 days later, Trey's father, Spencer Leak Jr., was dead. This loss would not leave me and just piled on to two other recent family losses that I have already experienced this year. And the thing about being an empath is that you feel what other people feel and experience, whether good or bad, regardless as to whether you know the person or not. Joy and pain are universal. So I knew that God had a message that He wanted me to communicate to all of us. I am too overwhelmed to describe the reaction of his son Trey to the loss of his father, as there are no words when you have experienced the same thing. You actually just see yourself, and it is painful and pain filled. In the video description box of this YouTube video, I have placed several links to news articles and announcements, press releases, interviews, both with Spencer Leak Jr. and about him, and his announcement about his son, Trey, being the funeral home's newest hire for you to view. And I hope that you will. They are real and poignant. Some of the footage is from Leak Jr., his son Trey, and other family members, staff, and friends. Also included is the video of the funeral of Spencer Leak Jr. I will suffice it to say that from all indications, spiritual and natural, Spencer Leak Jr. was somebody, and he will be missed by all who knew him. He spent his life helping people at their lowest moments, even if they could not help themselves. Who wouldn't miss a generous and kind soul like that? He truly made a positive difference in the lives of many. And now his son Trey and his daughter Emma will live out his legacy. For this prophetic message, God wants us to briefly look at the importance of passing the torch. What does it mean to pass the torch? To pass the torch means to transfer leadership, responsibility, power, or knowledge to a successor. It is an idiom that implies continuity and trust, typically occurring when an older generation or experienced leader steps down and hands the role over to the next generation. Origin of the phrase. The metaphor comes from ancient relay races, specifically the Greek torch race, where a lit flame was passed from one runner to the next. This tradition lives on today in the Olympic torch relay, where the flame travels from Olympia, Greece, to the host city. The fire symbolizes the continuation of life, knowledge, and spirit from one stage to the next. Common examples in career and business. A retiring CEO or business founder handing the company reins over to a successor or a younger family member. In sports and entertainment, a retiring team captain or veteran star or artist mentors a younger talent who eventually takes their place as the star of the team or industry. In families and generations, mentorship. An older generation teaching skills, traditions, or family values to the younger generation. When parents or grandparents step back and allow younger family members to take charge of family traditions or businesses. Best practices for passing the torch. According to community consensus, a successful transition requires more than just walking away. It generally involves knowledge transfer, thoroughly training the successor, public endorsement, the predecessor publicly introducing and legitimizing the new leader, empowerment, giving the new person the actual authority and resources to make decisions, how it is used. When you hear someone passing the torch, it generally signifies a peaceful, planned transition. It highlights that the predecessor is willingly handing over the mission so that the successor can build upon their legacy and carry it forward. A lot of people don't know how to pass a torch, nor when to pass a torch. And for most people, if they know when they should pass it, they either don't do it until they are forced to do so, and or they delay doing it until there is a crisis. And that is not the way it should be. Spencer Lee Jr. did something that a lot of people are slow to do. He passed the torch, and he did not delay in doing it. His son, Trey, graduated from college a couple of weeks prior, and his father brought him on board their family's company and made it publicly official. He gave his confidence to his son to continue their family's legacy, whether neither of them, rather with neither of them knowing that their being co-workers would be short-lived. Let me repeat that. He gave his confidence to his son to continue their family legacy with neither of them knowing that their being co-workers would be short-lived. God knew that that would be a priceless gift of love and peace for the Leak family, for what only he knew was to come. What a divine gift for Leak Jr. to be able to see himself in his son, Trey, as a new hire, and for his son, Trey, to have his father's love, support, and trust to carry it on for generations to come. As a final contribution to this prophetic word and tribute, and in effort to honor the man that Spencer Lee Jr. was, I am going to share what he posted on May 17th, 2026, on his Facebook page to his wife, Donna, of almost 25 years at their son's college graduation. He said, "Miss Donna, you've done such a great job with our children. They are becoming what they are because of you." I hope and pray that this message has been a blessing to you. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you feel led, you can make a donation. Thank you for listening and supporting my YouTube channel. God bless you and just be happy.